Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat because I don't have my mic today. Let me know if it sounds okay. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Happy Tuesday. Today, I had been wanting to do this series and we did it once. Let's talk about it Tuesday. And this was going to be like a members only, which it will after today. But I wanted to keep it open today. We're going to go back to this is just going to be like a members Monday, but on a Tuesday type of thing. So we're going to talk about a few different things that are all kind of, they're not true crime, but they're true crime related. And just hang out and kind of chit chat. And yeah, so that is the deal. That's the deal for tonight. Then this live is going to end and we're going to be redirected into the next calls that are being premiered tonight on Jen's channel. Then when the calls end, I have a Patreon live happening. It'll just be a quick like hangout, but I wanted to touch base with you guys over there. So that's the plan. It's going to be like 10 minutes after 10. The calls are just a little bit over an hour. So yeah, and it's going to be open to all members. This live on Patreon, free and paid. And then the next one will be just a smaller group, but yeah, so that is the plan. Just the paid members, let me just say. Okay, hey Wolfie, hey Kelly, hey Sprinkle Donut, hey Okie Crime News, hello Nicole B. Hey, I don't know if you saw my message, but I didn't know. Based on the comments, I think you've been sick, so I just wanted to say I hope you feel better. And yeah, I didn't know if you saw it because it was at the end of Nunya's premiere today when there wasn't many people there still. Hey, J13 and Neat. Hey, David. Yay. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Let's talk about it Tuesday. We're going to talk about, like I said, a few things true crime related. Now, I want to start just touching on some of the YouTube lawsuits that are happening right now. We're not going to talk about them in depth, and we're not going to there's several, and threats of lawsuits and fundraisers for lawsuits that aren't, there's no sign of a lawsuit yet, but lots of stuff like that happening. I just want to say, I think it's a shame. I do. I think that it takes away from whatever case, those people originally started talking about, because everything gets focused on on these lawsuits, right? And it's happening. There's a lot of them. Now, some of them, you can understand, I guess. And like, for instance, if you're sued and you countersue, things like that, you can kind of make sense of, but I don't know. I'm over it. I just, I had said, and my comments have been kind of twisted and taken the wrong way, but I had said, I'm not surprised that it's happening so much, because there is so much like slander happening from YouTube creator to YouTube creator. So of course there's going to be a lot of lawsuits, or from YouTube creator to random person, right? If you just run off at the mouth and say lies on people, it's not surprising that lawsuits are happening. Because I said, I'm not surprised, doesn't mean that I'm cheering it on or like want to. No, it simply means I am not surprised, because when you talk, when people are talking really nasty about each other and untrue things specifically get said, which happens everywhere, right? Not surprised. I'm not. And that's kind of that. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that first. Like I said, I don't like it. Like, now, don't get me wrong. When it's like Shanann's family against a YouTube creator, like a family, a victim's family or something like that, I'm all for that. If you are harassing family members of a missing or murdered person, shame on you. And you know what? You deserve it. You deserve some consequences. So it's just this creator to creator. It's so petty. It goes so low. Things have gotten so nasty. Like, oh my gosh. These days, like, I'm either for true crime, I'm nowhere near, which it's not really happening in the true crime community. It's kind of like, well, some is, I guess, but kind of like related to true crime, but not necessarily true crime channels. Some of them are, though. Yeah, just not a fan of it. Spicy deal. A lot of them are worse than I know. It's very clicky and one-sided. You cannot say all sides are wrong, or you can't say, this is wrong what you're doing to that person, because then all of a sudden you are labeled as being on the other side of things. When for me, I don't feel like I fit in with any sides, and I I always say team everyone sucks. Like I see other people say that. That's where I'm at too. I just think wrong things are happening on all sides. I really do. And a lot of really nasty, I don't know. It's unfortunate, dude. It is. We're adults. We can treat each other better. And especially when, it's based off of a case that's happening, or I don't know. It just sucks. It sucks to see it. So that is that. I just don't like being like misunderstood. Or, you say, wow, well, I'm not surprised. You can't just run your mouth about people and tell lies on people and then being said, oh, well, how are you cheering this on? I couldn't cheer on a lawsuit against somebody even if I disliked them. I'm not cheering on shit. I ain't part of none of it. I don't like any of it, but I am not surprised, and I don't think it's going to get better anytime soon. So that's where I'm going to end that. I just wanted to do like a quick chat about that to get my stance out there with all of that. I don't like any of it. And I really don't like going, talking about other creators' kids, talking about their traumas, talking about their families, talking about any of that stuff. I don't think what happened, in 10 years ago is relevant at all now. And I don't cheer on any of it. I think it's all pretty gross. And I don't think that's just where I'm at. So that's it. Hey, Nanya. Now we're going to talk about some stuff with the Idaho case. Okay, did you guys see Olivia, Chronicles of Olivia, who, she used to be with Bullhorn Betty a lot. That's how I was introduced to her. She was on the scene down in Florida for the Gabby Petito case, then Summer Wells. And let me tell you, they got like some of the stuff got so nasty towards those parents and the things said about Summer. I don't know. They're not my kind of people necessarily, any of them. So, but that's when I was introduced to him. Then Summer. Then we have when Idaho happened. And apparently Kaylee Goncalves followed Olivia on TikTok, which the family saw, and that made them want to reach out to her, and they did interviews. Her and Betty went to their house, and now she is maybe married to the brother or getting married and planning on doing this whole channel, this homestead thing. So I want to talk about that with you guys. I also want to talk about some stuff regarding the crime scene photos. So I'm not a huge Olivia fan, period, but especially when linked with Betty and the rest. Yeah. I mean, at first I could understand being down there at the Laundrie's house, right? Because it just felt like what they were doing was so wrong. But then it got to the point where they're like throwing laundry baskets and saying these horrible things about Summer Wells. Like this oh God, I made videos about it back then. I'm not going to repeat it, but it was nasty. I will say though, hey Remy, Olivia is very good at editing and stuff. She does a good job. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, you guys coming in. Bringing up their past as supporters will dig and love bomb creators with personal info on others. I know. I don't want no personal info on none of them. I don't know. I don't understand. Like, that's just where I'm at. I was confused too. Are they married or girlfriend, boyfriend? All right, we're going to take a look at it. So let's see. First, let me I pulled up the family page because I want to talk about something else over here regarding the photos. But first, we'll talk about this. I can't tell you how happy I am to share this. Our son, Steven, is a happy man. Follow his beautiful love story here. Warning, you will cry. Happy tears. Goncalves Army of Love, happy tears. Now, I'm going to say, though, as weird, it's kind of weird, right, that this happens. And as weird as it is or whatever, I don't hate it. I think it's odd. You don't see it every day. But I watched the video. I'm curious how you guys feel about that. Yeah, I watched the video. And if you see like they have been this isn't like something that's been broadcast on social media every step of the way. You see them out fishing, like she's learning about which fish is which. I don't know. It just seems like I don't think this is like anything for a channel or to try to, get clicks, any of that kind of stuff. It's odd. It's interesting. I wanted to chat about it, but yeah, what do you guys think? I feel like it makes sense. I don't think it's odd. For me, it's odd. Hey, Mama Sleuth, because it's just a unique situation. Like, not odd in a bad way, but odd. Like, how often do you see somebody who does true crime coverage like this? And, you know, then you have Kaylee was following her on TikTok. She goes and does the interview, and it kind of ends up with you falling in love with her brother. Like, I'm glad. I hope everybody's really happy. And they seemed like it was a cute video, and it seemed like it wasn't for the cameras. Like, this is private moments that they've had and kept together. I know, Nanya. I'm so sorry. They're so loud. Those frogs sound like they are next to me on the couch. It's odd how they met, but things happen. There we go. Yeah. It's crazy how Kaylee was following her almost like it's meant to be. Tess says, I also know people can bond in traumatic situations. It does seem like they really love one another very much. It just gives me pause because of her past allies. I'm all for people finding love. Well, I mean, are they married? At their YouTube channel, Olivia and Stephen Goncalves, at Chronicles of Goncalves, it looks like they're going to be, let me read this part. We're Stephen and Olivia, just two people building a life together and sharing our journey along the way. From everyday moments to big milestones, this channel is our digital scrapbook for friends, family, and anyone who wants to follow our love story and homestead adventures. Homesteading, which is cool. I like to watch that stuff. I wonder if the frogs will be quiet if I throw a shoe in that direction. Hold on. It worked. But you're right, Tess. Like, traumatic situations, it's almost like it tears you down so much that you're so raw and vulnerable. You can easily bond. Like, when you do find comfort, you latch on. I love homesteading too. Don't throw something at them. Well, it wasn't at the frogs, it's just in that general direction. They're waiting to be kissed. I don't think they were that close either. I think it was more of like a work thing, Okay. So, I'm not going to watch oh man, it worked for a minute. I think it scared them for a minute and then they're like, "Oh, it's good." But I'm not going to watch their video. I just wanted to talk about it for a second, see what you guys think. She does a great job with her videos, and I know it takes a long time. Like, when y'all know, when I edit the calls and stuff, I'm doing minimal edits. Editing isn't easy. Shoot, Nanya, you've put out a couple of videos today. Like, you got to sit back and work on that. The timing of everything, the videos. We're going to go watch Jen. She does way more with the calls, and her new videos that she's doing are really great. Amber's documentaries. But Olivia puts a lot of work into her videos, so I don't want to play it, but you guys check it out if you haven't seen it. It is really cute. It is. Okay, so now we got to talk about something that's about the crime scene photos. So, a few days ago, hey, Punksy. Natasha, I hope I said hey to you. Hey, Jamie. A few days ago, people started, USA Today, The Independent, different people started publishing the crime scene photos. And they were blurred. There wasn't any photos of the victims, and there really wasn't even too much of anything too gory or graphic. They were redacted. I'm curious if you guys have watched anything about that. I feel like Kaylee brought them together and something amazing came from this horrific thing. Don't agree with her behavior, but I hope it's true love. Maybe it's something good to come out of this tragedy. Yeah. I agree. No, I'm not gonna show them. No, and I wanna talk about that, like, so, okay, the family doesn't want them to be shown. I wanna show you guys what they said, and I wanna tell you. So, I had taken pictures, screenshots of the Today Show, of some of the photos they put out. Most of them were just, like, of the house on the inside. It is really interesting to see finally how things are laid out, how many lights are on. There was a lot of lights on in that house, things like that. So I had screenshot the photos and added them to TikTok, just like as a slide, like because on TikTok you can upload photos and people just slide through them as if it's like a photo album. And I did take it down. I didn't know that the family requested this. We're about to look at it. I took it down, and I am sorry. I am very sorry. I can understand why you wouldn't want these to be shown. And, I do know that they want, like, at least the Goncalves family has been very vocal. They want all of the police reports to come out. They want you to talk about it, but not the photos. So let me show you guys that. And I'm curious what you guys think about this because, I can understand why people like to see, especially, like I said, they're not pictures, not even anything too graphic, and they're redacted, but I can understand why people want to see them. But also, I think I just took them down because I don't want to cause any more pain. Like, this is the thing with TikTok. You get on TikTok and you just scroll. You see a lot of videos from people you don't follow or you don't mean to see. What if they scrolled and got my video and there's just a bunch of pictures, of the crime scene? I just don't want to do that. So I took them down and I posted a post that shares this post that they wrote out and said, I had posted some of the photos here that I had screenshot from the Today Show, and I am very sorry. So I took it as they did. No, look, Amber, I didn't. I took it as they don't want any shown. Look, so they said, in regards to the crime scene photos being released of Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, and Xana, it does say of them, but no photos were released of them. Not that I've seen, and everything that I've seen has been like heavily redacted. I don't think they're going to release photos of the victims. Now, I do know there was 200 released to the news and they only showed about 15, so who knows what they actually do have. But I get not showing the victims, but otherwise I do think they would always come out, right? Okay, let me show y'all what they said. In regards to the crime scene photos being released of Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, and Xana, we know they are out there, but we are begging you to not share them. These pictures are extremely private and cause immense pain and trauma for all of our families. Please help us by not reposting or sharing them. We are asking kindly for your help and respect to this extremely sensitive matter. Thank you. P.S. Post your favorite photo of them instead. And then they shared this. Yeah, I don't think that they're, yeah, Amber, I don't think that they are. Hey, Tara T. I think the victims should be remembered as the beautiful people they were, not what did, in my opinion. Okay, here's my thing though. This is part of true crime. Looking at case files, so I'm curious what you guys think about that. Like, I'm not going to go through them, but also if somebody does, I could see why. Then, especially if you don't see this, right? It makes it difficult. I don't know. It's part of true crime, and it makes you think, like, what about victims of all the other families of all the other crime scenes that have always been put out there, like OJ and Nicole Brown Simpson. Those photos are so bad, they're so graphic. I don't know. I had thought that if there was a trial, far worse photos and information would have been released to the public. If there was a trial, I mean, they would have shown in the courtroom. They would have talked about the autopsies and stuff. I don't know. It depends, because they will cut off the cameras, so people won't see. For me, it's like this. I'm not going to shame anybody who shares them, wants to look at them, continues to request them, gets them, whatever. Personally, I'm just not going to do it. There is so much other true crime stuff that I do want to talk about. There are so many things that are important to me that I want to talk about. We still have to finish those damn calls. We only have like 4 videos left, 2 each. But I'm just not going to do it, because I don't want to be as much as I do love true crime and talking about this stuff and trying to figure out the why and how, I would have really looked forward to seeing someone do crime scene reconstruction that would explain to us who was how were they standing in this moment, then this happened, then the knife went this way, so the blood went in that direction. Like, that stuff I do find very interesting. But I mean, I can talk about it or look at it in my own time. I just personally don't want to be the person who has a TikTok video that one of them stumble across and ruins their day or week or, whatever. So I don't know. Don't want to see the victims, but want to see the layout and things like that. Yes. Or a marker indicating where they were. Same. Neat. I mean, I do like to see everything we can see, personally, for my brain to be able to understand what happened. But, I don't have to see it, and I can see it in my own time versus having a video or a live where you're going through them, or on a TikTok, which would be worse because, like I said, you don't know whose video you're going to scroll across. Jules got information the victims are blurred in the photos. I don't see how, personally. Just the ones I've seen that have been released. The blurs, for instance, on the bed in Xana's room where Ethan would have been, the blur isn't very big, and he was a tall guy, so I'm not sure about that. I think people might think they are, but I don't think so. Judy, Ron, and Ed say there are no victims in the photos they shared, but people are insisting they have been shown. Yeah, no, that's what I don't think so. To me, it's a really hard decision. I see both sides. Me too. But you know what? I'm thinking, if there's a forensic files on the case, I will watch it. If there is a documentary where they go through the photos and talk about it, or when the Today Show, I will watch it. I'm interested in it. I'm just not going to do my own video about it. That's where I land with it, because I don't know. It's tough, now here's another thing. Some people get into true crime because they care about victims, because they care about people. Some people, and I never even thought about this until the situation happened with Gannon's autopsy photos. We did a live here on my channel, and there were several creators, and we talked about it. And Teresa from Criminality had said, not everybody is into true crime because they are that has, for any reason that has to do with the victims. Some people are interested in it for other reasons, and you got to remember that too. If you're, I don't know, it's just tough, because at the end of the day, for me personally, I know that the court isn't supposed to work based off of their feelings, but I think that the family's feelings are very important. So I don't know. But that is that on that part. Let's see. But no one needs to see the victims. Hey, Kit. How are you? I've been thinking about you. I'd left you a message. If you need to talk or anything, message me or call me sometime. I know you're going through it. Okay. Let's see. There was oh, right. Okay. So the other night I was on live. This is just to shoot the shit and talk about a few things. We were on live on Amber's channel, ATS News. Oh, thank you, Shaker Maker. We were talking about a bunch of stuff, but it started off talking about AI and true crime. Well, then yesterday, I get recommended a video. I had been watching about the girl who killed her boyfriend in the car accident. There's a bunch of phone calls that have came out on that case, and I got recommended this video, and it's totally AI. And I don't know, it's kind of crazy and a little depressing as a content creator to see you see a channel with like 4,000 subscribers. They have a video that has 500,000 views. It's obviously AI talking. It just seems like it's all AI, even the things that are written underneath. And it's like, damn, man, I don't know. Can we keep up with these computers? I don't think so. I don't think so. That case makes me want to scream. I kind of want to talk about it. I've been watching about it. Yeah. I haven't listened to the phone calls yet, but I hear that she's pretty ridiculous. The video that I watched that I believe AI did was pretty good. I will say it was well done, but I don't know. Okay, now let's just look at the page a little bit more, and then we're going to go to, I want to show you guys a little video I saw today. It's just a quick thing. Oh, wow, that's Aubrey. The one that said, you've been making a lot of A's, now you're going to have to take a bunch of D's where you're going or whatever. She's beautiful. My goodness. Wow. We all went to see Kaylee and Maddie's bestie bench when Olivia was here. It was the first time that Olivia had been able to visit it. In loving memory, bestie bench, Maddie May and Kaylee Jade. It's a forever thing. Some old family pictures. Wow, he looks like his son a lot. Oh, they all got tattoos for Kaylee. Ladybugs for K-Bug. This is the youngest sister. Dude, Olivia looks so different. Now there's going to be 2 Olivias. Oh, Mom. Oh, that's a cute tattoo. I hadn't seen that. Oh, really? Tess says she's hilarious on her TikTok, Kaylee's younger sister. I don't think AI can take the place of actual humans with empathy, but that's just my personal perspective. I'm emo, obviously. Yeah, I feel if I can't trust them too. Oh, fun fact, you can't trust them. Even the White House was in hot water a few weeks ago because the Department of Health put out a report, and in their report they cited sources that were make believe that they got from AI, that AI literally made up, because if there is not a study for it that they can give you, they will make up one. And somebody didn't double check, and it's not flawless. You have to double check things, and somebody didn't. So they definitely can give you misinformation. There's so much misinformation with every case. We were talking about Watts when we started talking about the AI thing, and with that case, I hear stuff all the time. I'm like, wait, what? These new channels that are talking about Watts right now? I don't think a lot of it's very true. Okay, I gotta get some damn bug spray. Dude, yeah, if you guys want to hang out on Patreon tonight, you can join as a free member and be able to go to the live as well. Here's the link. It's going to be at 10 after 10, though, but we're going to hang out here until we get closer to 9 for Jen's video. Oh, neat. Thank you. Taking the true out of true crime. Ain't that the truth? I don't know, dude. True crime is such a messy place. Like, going back to that lawsuit conversation, I don't know. Like, look, I usually don't talk about this shit that happens in, like, the trauma communities and stuff, but it's gotten so people are going lower than ever. And I give my thoughts, which are, obviously this is going to happen when people just spew bullshit out the mouth like it's not even true. They just talk shit about people. They just throw accusations out there. And especially when they double down, of course, lawsuits are going to happen. That doesn't mean that I'm like, yay, lawsuit, woo, I'm cheering it on. That's what was said. What does that even mean? Am I like, L, give me an A, give me a W, give me an S? Lawsuit, what's that spell? Lawsuit, one more time. Like, no, I'm not cheering shit on. I don't want any part of any of it. And I don't think anybody's right in some of these situations. Like, I think there are some that it's different, but yeah, dude. Hey, Coffee. I know you didn't eat. Natasha, if you ever need to talk about it, I'm going through something kind of similar, I think, but I'm not really sure exactly what's going on with you just based on some of the comments and stuff I've seen. But yeah, message me or email me and we could talk about it. Hey, Texas girl. But yeah, I ain't cheering on shit, but I will tell you, I'm not surprised, and I think there will be more. What are you saying? Well, I mean, come on, bro. Cheering it on, no. Even if I don't like somebody, I'm not cheering on any of it. But I also think that's, what happens when you're out. This is what people do. And not only that, you'll hear people that are like, they're taking up the court's time. Yes, that's true. But also, that's what the courts are made for. Do you know how many lawsuits have happened over the years in civil court that people find to be ridiculous? A lot. What about the people that go in Walmart and slip and fall? Okay. And there's lots of other ones. I'm just saying, like, this is what it will work itself out in civil court. Okay. And some of these people might get their ass handed to them by a judge. And if they do, they deserve it. But don't ever say I'm cheering something on just because I'm pointing out the obvious. That, duh, I'm not surprised by it. That's all. Appreciate you tons, and the same to you, girl. Yes, for sure, Natasha. Oh, I almost fell at the steakhouse tonight, but that was my dumbass. Well, oh, Dizzy, thank you. I love your channel and your spirit, Alex. Keep up the good work. Thank you. That's sweet. I appreciate that. Hey, what did Nurse Kristen say? Why did I lose your comment? I'm cheering on the frogs. Hey, they're cheering back. If you hear them. Hold on. Okay. But yeah, I mean, a lot of civil suits are dumb. A lot of them people might think are dumb, but that's what the court's for. And sometimes these dumb civil suits need to go forward. So if somebody deserves it, and they might get, like I said, they might get their ass handed to them. I just know this for my channel. I'm going to try really hard to make sure I put out accurate information. If I don't, I'm going to correct it and apologize. Just like today, I'm coming here to say I put out those photos. I could put my head down. Nobody would know. I screenshot them from the Today Show, put them up on my TikTok, and I'm sorry that I did. I truly am, because I just don't want my TikTok to be the one that the family happens to see or something. And that's just me personally. Or I told you guys, and I was so dead set that Koberger sat down in Xana's room to take a breath. Dateline said that he did. Apparently, according to investigators, that's bullshit, and he didn't. Did you read that, Amber? Are you still here? Police were mad because, number one, his legs weren't carved, according to some of these lead investigators, and number two, he did not sit down in her room. There is no evidence of that. But I went out here repeating it just like it was fact. I had people pushing back on me. How? There's not enough time. Things like that. And I'm like, no, he did. It was on Dateline. But Dateline is full of shit, apparently, whoever their source is. And they put out misinformation. They should correct it. Who knows if they will, but I'm sorry that I put it out. And next time, even though, and it pisses me off because I have told y'all how many times, if it doesn't come in a court document or from a trial, we cannot believe that it's a fact. But because after the Dateline episode, they had this hearing and appointed a special prosecutor and stuff, I thought for certain that it was true. Because they're like, Anne filed a paper about the leaks. Things came out that were very like they were top secret, basically waiting until trial. And it came out on Dateline. The judge was pissed. He appointed a special prosecutor. So I took that with thinking Dateline was trusted and just repeated it as if it was true. And it ain't true. So yeah, it's BS, fake news in the BK case, Ann Watts. It is BS. I was curious if you ever got to read that article. Oh, Lisa, thank you. Oh, Punksy, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Hey, Anna. All right. Keep doing what you do. That's why we're here. Oh, thank you. But I appreciate that. I'm about to be back a lot more. I've missed you guys. I have a lot of shit to say. That's why I started a channel. I got thoughts on everything from, makeup and snacks all the way through true crime into trauma, into drama, into, oh my God, wait, I got to tell y'all something. If you have little kids on Roblox, listen up, or grandkids. I was watching the freaking Lolcow live show, which is like a drama show, really. And they talk about, different YouTubers and stuff. And okay, so this big YouTuber who's like a pedo hunter, pedo catcher, was on Roblox, using Roblox to catch people. And he caught like at least 6 on the game. And now Roblox has booted his account and won't let him be on the game anymore. They probably don't want the bad attention. And yeah, that is so damn scary to me. Thank you, Punksy, for rejoining. Thank you. I love your brain, Allie. Well, thank you, Tara. Oh, my God. Ellie, I'm glad you brought that up. But yeah, so be careful if your kids are on Roblox, man. That's very scary. And Roblox, why are you kicking dude off? You don't want the bad press. Maybe you should protect these kids a little better. Okay. Ellie, you're so right. Bloom, how do you say his name? I think it's Bloom, is a bunch of crap also. Howard Bloom writing these books. I read through the first several articles he did. Lies. Full of lies and bullshit. Most of it wasn't even true. Some of it was, most of it wasn't. He started going down the theories of, these drug dealers. Accuse him. I don't like him at all. Think about how easy it is for these monsters to talk to kiddos. Yikes, my granddaughter is always on that thing. My kids like it too. And even today, my aunt called me and she's like, I want their name for this game because one of our little cousins wanted to play with them. And I think it's okay to let them play occasionally, but keep a close ass eye on them because there's a lot of predators. Anywhere there are kids online, I think we're going to see that. Sorry, there's a car in the driveway. 1 second, you guys. My youngin's home from football. I'm going to mute when it gets out in 1 second. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. There are so many cases where they're tempting children with Roblox bugs. Yeah, with the Robux, it's insane. It's scary. I'm sorry, I have nothing for those folks. I say we find them all and put them up for life, lock them up for life. Hey, Roxanne. That place is a huge pedo playground. I've seen multiple predator poacher episodes where they caught them on Roblox. Yeah, that's what they were talking about. It's crazy. It is scary raising young kids. Some of those pedo hunters are trash too, though, just like the auditor channels. I don't know who it is either, Neat, because they didn't say on the show. They just said it was this, pedo hunter who had a YouTube channel. And I'm sure we could find the video. Let's just do a quick search. I want to show y'all a different video, but before we go, let's see. Roblox Predators getting caught. Okay. 1 month ago. I bet you it's this channel because look. 2 weeks ago, 1 month ago. Hi, I like roadblocks, it says. I wonder if that's... Here's another one. Oh my God. Roblox is threatening to sue us for catching predators. Yep, because look, it's featuring Jai Dion. And then here we have Jai Dion Premium. Let's just click on the...
All right, y'all, man. So this is breaking news. You guys know that on this channel, we catch Roblox predators. And you guys also know that the person that gets us these dudes, his name is Schlep. He is a up-and-coming YouTuber. He makes fantastic videos, and he's also great at what he does, and that is finding, locating, and catching child predators on the Roblox app. Us working together, I believe we've caught 5 to 6 dudes, and I believe out of those 6 dudes, 5 of them have gotten arrested. I mean, the work we've done together.
Wow. All right, now look, here is the legal cease and desist from Roblox Corporation. Dear blank, we write on behalf of Roblox. This letter serves as a formal cease and desist notice regarding your unauthorized and harmful activities on the Roblox platform. Wow. These actions include engaging in simulated child endangerment conversations. Yeah, but they're pretending and catching. I mean, I guess I can see that side of it, because if they are getting on there being a child, but at the end of the day, if they're catching people, I think Roblox just doesn't want people that they don't want the bad press. Laura, thank you for joining. Hey, Twisted Black. Pronounced Ja-Idion. Okay. Ja-Idion. Thank you. Huh, that's super interesting. Thank you, Laura. Again, people aren't vetting their sources. What's going on? Some other channels are feuding right now about misinformation. Read Donna Adelson. I didn't expect them to be going at it. Jen's going to be covering that, by the way. My niece is on Roblox nonstop. Ain't nothing but a thing. All right, you guys, I got to show you my last video because we got to go to Jen's calls after this. California is trying to pass a bill, AB 495, that would allow anyone for a one-page document to take custody of a child. Wow. I don't know much about that, BB Deasons, but that's crazy if that is the case. All right, let's go over here because I want to show y'all this. This one is not crime related. Everything else was, but here.
There's something funny going on with bunnies in the state of Colorado.
Like a scabbyish looking kind of growth over her face.
Looks like it was black quills or black toothpicks sticking out all around his mouth.
Look. Virus creating mutant rabbits. Like something out of The Last of Us. Dude, these viruses scared the shit out of me. I gotta be honest. Like the bird virus, all the different viruses, even before COVID. But that is so scary.
Residents of Fort Collins.
Look at that. These poor bunnies. Those vigilantes who trick people to meet them are messing with fire. One of these days, if it hasn't happened already, it's going to, yeah, I agree, we'll get really hurt or worse. But here's the thing. There are so many of them. Like, I don't know. Like, if you stop people from doing that, a lot more are going to go uncovered and hiding among us. Hey, Triple L.
Spoke to Denver's 9 News about the shocking sight in which black tentacles appear to be growing out of the heads of cottontail rabbits.
What?
Despite the quill-like appearance, a porcupine is not to blame. It's actually a rare virus. Here's what you need to know. While these Frankenstein rabbits look like something out of HBO's The Last of Us, set in a fictional world,
they totally do. Tootly do. Oh my God, it's been so long. I've taken way too much time off of YouTube. Now I can't even speak to you guys. I'm getting eaten alive by these bunnies. We're done running bear. That's all I'm going to show. Because we're about to go over to Jen. There's a real bad deer condition too. It's called chronic wasting. I've seen that. It's about time. Yeah, here comes the new Peter Cottontail Horror Edition. Coffee, I'm sorry. Okay, so if you guys want to hang out some more after this, when the calls are done, we're going to go over on Patreon and just chat for a few minutes. Probably continue the conversation about the photos and stuff like that. Maybe I'll pull up some of the news articles that have been out over there privately because it's not, I don't know, I need to think about it, but we're going to continue the conversation. I just want to go over and listen to the calls on Jen. So you don't have to be a paid member. You can join on Patreon for free and just come hang out. All the documents I post anyways, any court documents and stuff like that, the timeline I did and any future timelines will be on the free tier anyways. So, you'll always have access to that kind of stuff and you can go back through the old posts. There's a lot on there. And yeah. All right. So it's actually going to take us there, Neat. When I end it, we're going to it's going to take us through the time machine or the portal over to Chad's channel. And then when the calls are done again, I'll see you over there. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow as well. I'm going to try to be here every day because I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about. A few different cases right now that I want to talk about involving CPS. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. And then we have calls. There's just a lot of stuff I want to talk about. So, all right. New fear unlocked. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening to me go on and babble and for the frogs in the background and all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, I hope you have a great night. And if I don't see you over on Patreon, I'll see you tomorrow. Or maybe over at Jen's. But okay, I'll see you guys over there in like 2 seconds. Hopefully, if this works. And I'll talk to you there. Okay, have a good night. Thank you to the mods. Thank you, everyone. Bye.